Hi, I'm Christine. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm here with a winter book haul. So today I have a book haul of about 25 to 30 books, and we're just going to quickly get into them. I have some special editions, some book box ones. I have some new releases that I had pre-ordered. I have some book mail from publishers and authors. All of the things, we're just going to jump into it quickly. So first up is Throttled by Lauren Asher. This is a special edition that Cover to Cover book box did a couple years ago, and I have been waiting to find myself a copy for a while. I had read this book after their special edition came out, and I really enjoyed this series. This is an F1 romance. Really enjoyed it. It's the first one in her Dirty Air series, so I have just been like waiting and watching for one. This one actually showed up on Mercari and it was at cost, so I was like, say less, I'm in. Instantly added it to my cart because these ones go for usually more than that, so I'm so glad to have it. I think it is stunning. Love the back as well, but I just love the red on here. Next up, I have a few Hello Lovely special editions, so I am a rep for them, and you can always use my code ChristyReadsALot15 to save on any of their merch, their swag, their book boxes, their special editions. They are a great company and I adore them, so let's get into it. I think these are all Trope of the Month ones. First up is Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. I read this one recently and loved it. This is a surprise accidental pregnancy from a one-night stand that leads to more. Ends up turning into this like beautiful friends to lovers. So sweet, so tender. I loved this book. It's one of my favorite reads of this month, actually. So here is the cover. If you've read the book, this whole thing makes sense, and I am just so glad to have this beautiful edition on my shelves. Next up is Broken Miles by Claire Kingsley. I love this cover. I think it's so fun, something different that I feel like they haven't done before for their art style. I love the rings and the wine glass. So this is by Claire Kingsley. It's the first book in her Miles Brothers series. This is a second chance romance between a divorced couple. Basically, the hero has left his small town. He has gone on to be this like financial guru for other companies, but his family owns a vineyard and they're kind of struggling, so he ends up going back to his small town to go help them out. While he's there, he runs into his ex-wife / the heroine because she is working for his family's business. So it's their second chance romance, and this one is just so pretty. So this one actually just came in yesterday, so this is only for the week, by Natasha Bishop. Has this very like beachy vibe. Okay, so this one sounds wild. So the heroine, it says that she's a maid of honor at her sister's wedding, and the groom is her ex-boyfriend. And also she's been secretly sleeping with the best man. So I don't know, this one I kind of want to pick up immediately. It sounds wild and fun. Second Bite by S.J. Tilley. I was sent this from the author. This is a special edition. It has like raised foiling on here, if you can see that. This one is so fun. This is a holiday novella. It is a great British bake-off inspired. Takes place at a holiday baking competition where the hero is the silver fox judge and the heroine is a curvy baking contestant. It's so steamy, so fun, very insta-love. I adored this one. The author was so sweet and sent me a copy, and then she also sent me one to give away that I did on Instagram. So definitely go follow me over there if you're not, because I plan to do some more giveaways in the future. All right, next up is this one. Let's see. It is Masters of Death by Olivia Blake. So this is the gorgeous, stunning slipcase. This is from the Bookish box. So here is the book. This is also stunning. It matches the slipcover. So here is that. The sprayed edges are stunning. And the back. This one is so pretty. I know nothing about this, but I am obsessed with the colors they use. The bright pink and the turquoises. Signed by the author. I think this is a fantasy romance. Let me know if you've read this one. Next up is Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. This is another Bookish box special edition. I love Penelope Douglas's books. I've been reading them for years now, collect all their special editions, and had to have this one as well. So here is the cover and the sprayed edges and the back. This one has a very like groovy retro design, which kind of fits with the heroine and how into like the 80s and stuff she is. Here is the interior. It is, of course, signed as well by Penelope Douglas. And let's see, I think there's a design. I kind of love the naked cover as well, just the pink with the silver foiling. And then on the back, we have the birthday cake. And then the dust jacket can be turned around and have this as well, but I kind of like the other design, so I'm going to keep it like that. These three were a special edition book box from Eternal Embers with Logan's Library, a like Instagram TikTok person that they did a collab with. So these are all Western cowboy romances. I have read all of these and I wanted a couple of them in here, so I decided to grab it. First up is Heartless by Elsie Silver. Not super obsessed with the art style on here, not gonna lie. This is probably my least favorite of styles in this book, but this is my favorite book by Elsie, so I wanted to grab it for that reason. And then these next two, I love the art style more on these. So this is The Lucky Heart by Daphne Perry. This is part of her Jameson Valley series. And then on the back, I have, of course, read all of Daphne Perry's books And yeah, this is her first series. And then Done and Dusted by Lilah Sage. I did read this one earlier this summer and enjoyed it. And so I really loved the design of this cover with the cowgirl on there. So I thought that was so fun, and I'm excited to read more from this author next year. All right, and then these next three are from the Beyond the Pages book box from Australia. So these were the recent sports box. So I always love the stunning details on these. They're always so pretty. First up, we have Love and Hockey by Monty J. This one's actually been on my TBR for quite some time, so I need to get to it already. Then the back as well. The great thing about this book box is there is always interior color pages, like for the entire book, like all the chapter headers and things like that, which is just so much fun, and they always feel like such nice quality as well. So I love that. Then the next one is Lucky Hit by Hannah Cowan. I've been meaning to read this one, and I love the silver kind of holographic foil on this one, and the back as well. The like stunning interior color pages are just so good, so pretty. Let's see if I can find another one. Here's another one. So good, like obsessed. Then the last one in that one is Autumn Nights by Willow Astor. I have read this one. I love the rose gold they used on here and on the back as well. Again, just like stunning interior color pages. We have it here as well. And this is just so pretty. The hero in here is a football player, and he meets the heroine. And when they first meet, she assumes that he is talking to another woman on the phone, finds out later that he's talking to somebody taking care of his daughter. It is their romance later on. This one was just really sweet and cute. The next are just some other books, not special editions. So this is You're the Duke That I Want by Lenora Bell. This is a new historical romance that's coming out from her at the end of December. I was sent this from the publisher Avon. So here is this one. This is a historical romance Greece retelling. I did read this one. If you love Greece, it's practically Greece in a historical setting. So I have A Festive Feud by Maren Moore. The author actually sent me this one in this really cute holiday package with some goodies. Loved this one. This is a new holiday romance novella. Enemies to lovers, feuding families, set in this small town. They have to work together to plan their annual family Christmas parties together. Super cute and fun, and this cover is so cute. Then The Fake Mate by Lana Ferguson. I pre-ordered this one. I loved it so much. This author is a new to me favorite this year. I loved The Nanny from her earlier this year. This one is a paranormal fake mates. They're both doctors. It's so good. If you love like Wolf Shifter and kind of like mates and breeding and alpha omega kind of setup, this one is a lot of fun, but set in like a contemporary doctor setting. Loved this one of my favorites. After the Storm by Laura Pavlov. I was sent this by the PR company and the author. I love this book so much. The fifth book and the final book in the Cottonwood Cove series. This whole series is so good, but this one is definitely my favorite. This is a small town series. This one has a single dad hero. He's the local vet, and then the heroine is his ex, who is a lawyer, comes back to town, and it's their romance. It's so good. If you love like a grumpy single dad and a second chance and a small town, definitely read this one. It is so good. I swooned, I laughed, I cried some more. Like, it's so beautiful. I loved it so much. The next up, I have Your Fault by Mercedes Ron. I was sent this from the publisher, so from Bloom. Love how floppy it is. This is an ARC copy. It says it comes out on sale on December. And this one is the follow-up. I think it's the second book to My Fault, which became like this. I think it's like a Prime Video movie that I watched earlier this year as well. So yeah, I'm excited to kind of check out this series. I've heard they're very like just a fun time and entertaining. Then a month ago, I went to a used bookstore, so I got these 3 books. So I grabbed a McGregor Christmas from Nora Roberts. I want to read this one this season. This one has the book Rebellion in here, which is her historical romance that I've actually read. Scottish setting, and I really enjoyed that one. So this is in this bind up, as well as In From the Cold, which is a Christmas in the 1700s in America historical romance that follows the same family. So I'm excited to read this winter, and I love the cover and the gold. Then I got the original copy of My Life in Shambles by Karina Halley. This, like I said, it was at the used bookstore, so I had to grab it. I have like trade credit there. So I love this cover. I actually have a special edition cover of this one on my shelves, so I'm glad to have the original now. This is one of my favorite books from her. Love it so much. The hero's like a rugby player. The heroine is on vacation there. They meet. They have like a one-night stand, which then turns into him asking if she'll come back to his small town and like fake date him. Very emotional in here, but I loved it. It's so quiet, but like so beautiful. Love this one. And then also at the used bookstore, I found Beyond the Thistles by Samantha Young. So I had to grab it. This is the first book in her Highlands series. I recently read this one and loved it. If you love like a Scottish setting with romantic suspense, it is so good. And then I pre-ordered Among the Heather by Samantha Young as well. This is the second book in her Highlands series. This one came out in December. I have read it. I loved the first book more. This one didn't work for me as well, just because I'm not a fan of like celebrity characters. So Just know that going in. All right, we're just quickly going through these. So next up is Give Me Butterflies by Jillian Meadows. The author was super sweet and sent me a copy of this one, so I'm excited to get to it. And here, the hero and the heroine are museum co-workers, and I believe he's like more grumpy, and it's kind of their romance, so I'm excited to get to it and try it out. And I grabbed a copy of Hopeless by Elsie Silver. This, of course, is the last book in the Chestnut Springs series. I wanted to grab the people cover before they go away, which I think they're already gone. So yeah, I wanted to have this to complete my series. This whole series I've read. While this isn't a favorite in it for me, I do love this series. And then same kind of with Sable Peak. This one is a pre-order as well. So this is by Devney Perry, the 6th and final book in the Eden series. I had a fun time with the Eden series. I think the first couple books were my favorites, but this is book 6. It was the recent one. I pre-ordered it before I read it, and this one ended up just being okay for me, but I have the whole series now, so here we go. Then A Christmas to Remember by Beverly Jenkins. I was actually sent this from the publisher, from Avon. So excited to have it. I can't wait to read this one this season. I'm a sucker for everything Beverly Jenkins. I've read all of her historical romances. This one is set in her contemporary series, which is the Blessings series, and I'm excited to read this one. Then I had to order The Graham Effect by Elle Kennedy. I had to get this one for myself. I loved it so much. This is a hockey romance from her, and it's a kind of a second gen story following her off-campus and Briar U families. So good. I loved to hear how the heroine plays hockey as well. The hero plays hockey. They meet as teens and don't hit it off well, but they meet up again later when they're both in college playing for their hockey teams. She plays for the women's, he plays for the men's. And it is just so good. It becomes this kind of like friends with benefits / secret hookup situation. I really enjoyed this one and just loved all the like nostalgia from the families in here. So yeah, so good. Had to get a physical copy for myself. And then this one is You Beautiful Thing You by Saffron Kent. The author actually sent me a copy of this one, and I think this cover is absolutely stunning. So I haven't read this one. The font, holy moly, is very tiny. So yeah, I might be doing a giveaway of this one. So like I said, follow me on Instagram. All right, and then I have 2 recent Book of the Month picks. So I first got No One Can Know by Kate Alice Marshall. I think this is a debut, possibly. It's a thriller. I'm excited to check it out. Then I also have The Frozen River, and this one, it sounds so good. So I believe this is historical fiction, and it says that it is a mystery as well. So the main character in here, we're following the life and diary of her. She's a renowned 18th century midwife who defied the legal system and wrote herself into American history. It's set in the 1790s in Maine, and it follows like a bunch of like mysteries and murders happening. This one sounds super good. I want to read it this winter season. So that is my super quick winter book haul. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know if you've read any of the books that I showed, or if there are any that you saw in there that you think I need to read immediately. Let me know that as well. If you've made it this far and want to let me know you were here and watch this video, you can leave me any sort of like wintry emoji, like the present, the Christmas tree, the snowflake, any of those things, just so I know you were here. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't done so yet, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, and I'll see you in my next one.